Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? Welcome back to my hip hop CD collection shelf by shelf overview. I think this is part 8. This is going to be part 1 of probably 4 parts of the C's. I kind of have it separated where it could be short enough videos and stuff like that. So let's get right into this, man, without further ado. So we're into the C's, starting off with the man Cage. Movies for the Blind. Really dope album, man. Everybody always remembers that Agent Orange song. But the whole record is actually pretty good, man. I think he did a good job on this one. Production was dope. And then we got Weatherproof here. I wasn't overly the fondest of this album. I got to go back and listen to it. It's been forever since I've actually checked this out. It really has been a long minute since I've listened to this. But I always feel like Cage hit a major stride. Maybe even probably peaked on Hell's Winter here when he signed in with Def Jux and stuff. This was an incredible album, man. Beats were so dope on this record. LP helped out on here. I just got such good, like, Good Morning. The first song on the record's so dope. Shoot Frank, everyone remembers that. But Scene Stir, there's just so many good ones on here. Great album. I love the whole genetic makeup of that one. And then Cage's Depart From Me, and that's pretty much exactly what I did with Cage. So this album came out, and I was not a fan really at all. This was kind of like when he started to, I don't know, I mean, it was okay, but I really couldn't get into it. And then his album after this one, I believe, was not on Def Jux, but was just not a fan. He was just changing and doing all this weird kind of junk to me. So I departed from him. I got rid of him. But yeah, anyways. Cali Agent, How the West Was Won, Planet Asian, Roscoe. Absolutely phenomenal album. Fucking love this album. I wish Roscoe was still doing shit, because he put out a couple really banging albums, man. And Planet Asia, of course, is just, that guy's the album king, the feature king. Yeah, I know Cali Agents actually put out, I think it was some unreleased stuff a couple years back that I missed, and it was really good too, and I was so pissed I missed on it. But yeah, this album is incredible, man. Really good stuff. Highly recommend the Cali Agents record. Awesome. Camp Lo's Uptown Saturday Night record. One of my all-time favorites. I love this album. Just such a cool vibe to it, man. Yeah, man. Lucchini. Man, there's so many dope tracks on here. It's just ridiculous. Like Cooley High, Black Nostalgic. Man, so dope, man. Such a great record. 1997. Yeah. And then I believe they followed up with this one. I think this is 2002. There might have been a record in between. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But Let's Do It Again. And they certainly did not do it again. This is a really bad album. Like, really bad. Oh, man. This is just fucking junk. During that whole indie era shit, man, Camp Lo was just not hanging with those cats. Not a good album whatsoever. Then we got the Camp Lo On the Way Uptown, the Uptown Saturday Night demo. Very cool stuff on here, man. Really, really cool stuff. So unreleased stuff and from back in the day. Very cool. This was really dope. And then they dropped a record called Ragtime High Times, which I believe, 2015 on Nature. This was actually surprisingly pretty good. Yeah, this was kind of a shock, actually. I really dug this. It was definitely different than the earlier stuff, but it was definitely worth your time. I thought it was actually pretty cool. Getting into Cameron, Confessions of Fire. Still think this is one of the worst album covers of all time. It still makes me laugh. Oh, man, it's funny. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I haven't listened to this album in a long minute, man. Long minute. 357, I was, you can never you can't forget that track, man. It's got the classic sample on there and stuff, but, it does have some decent tracks on it, but, overall, I'm not, like, the hugest fan of it. SDE, which this one grew on me. Actually, some of Cameron's records actually got a little bit better for me, to be honest. This one, it was decent for what it was. This is probably, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think this is probably my favorite one. Come Home With Me. It's got some bangers on here. We got some Daz on there. It's awesome. But yeah, it's mostly the Dipset on here. But there's some good songs on here, man. Really good stuff. Felt that record. Now, last time I did the shelf by shelf, man, I probably hated on this record, but I listened to this a couple years back again a couple times, and I was like, shit, man, this is actually a pretty good album. But that's the thing with taste, man. They change. You know, they really do change. You know, like there was a time when I think I dug it, and then I didn't like it, and then I came back to it and really dug this. This is actually a really good album, Purple Haze. I dug this too, man. Kill the Season. I thought this was pretty dope. When the fuck did this album come out? I don't remember. Shit, I don't know. I can't remember when this one came out, but this was actually pretty dope. Good stuff. Was not really a big fan of Crime Pays, though. This was not anything that I was digging too much. Just a couple good tracks on here, but otherwise, overall, wasn't my favorite shit. But anyways, we got the Cannibal Ox, The Cold Vein, all produced by LP. Yeah, man, this is just, what can I say, man? Every song on this record is just fucking banging. Some of LP's and most incredible production, man. It really is just outstanding. Like every song, it's just crazy, man. But Fast Air and Fort Omega, they knock it out the park on this, man. It's really dope. Then we got the F Word Cannibal Ox EP, which actually has a couple songs in here like Life's Ill or Metal Gear, and yeah, Life's Ill, which are songs that were left off the record. So they were put on to the EP, or I think they were, I don't know. I think the EP, well, obviously came out first, but yeah, they just never made the album, so cool. Really good stuff, though. And then we got the Cannibal Ox Blade of the Ronin, which came out like in 2015. And at first, I wasn't really digging it too much, but man, I really got into this album. I thought it's actually pretty cool. It's just got some good features on here, man. You got Doom on here. iReels is on here. We got some Elzai, Artifacts, You God. Some dope shit on here, man. But the beats were interesting. It took a minute to get used to the beats, but overall, I thought it was actually pretty good. Getting into the Cannabis section here. Can I Bus? Cannabis's first record. Remember the fucking hype that was behind Cannabis at the time? And then this album dropped and you're like, oh man, seriously? It's not even a horrible record. It's just not what it should have been. It should have just been a lot better. I can still really listen to this album. I think Cannabis is actually really dope on the mic, but I don't know. It just could have been a lot better. But I do like the album though. Actually, I dig 2000 BC also, before Cannabis. I think there's some dope tracks on here. I was like that Lost at Sea. That's really dope. They did that. Focus, bitch. Horse Mentality song, the Four Horsemen right there. Going all the way back to these days, man. It's pretty cool. Good stuff, man. Watch Who You Beef With. I like that track. It's dope. There's some good stuff on there. See True Hollywood Stories from Cannabis. The Stan Lives. It's kind of like the answer to Stan when they were beefing and all that shit, man. This is not a very good record at all. There's some pretty fucking corny tracks in this album, to be honest, but yeah, there's a couple good ones. My Club is probably my favorite Cannabis album, to be honest. I like this album because he didn't fuck around with hooks and stuff. It's literally just every song is just bars and beats, man. That's all it is. He just rips this album, man. It's pretty good. Poet Lariat, C-Section. Some dope tracks in your Senior Studies though too. There's a lot of good stuff on here, but that's just him ripping bars over beats, man. Rip the Jacker, which is all produced by Stoop. Of course, from Jedi Mind Tricks. Probably the closest we ever got, like that whole... I remember at the time, everybody was like, man, I want a Cannabis Vinny Paz album. But we got one with Stoop and Cannabis. Actually, Vinny is on the album. I think on one track. This is like the alternate cover because my cover got all fucked up from like some little bastard that drew on my cover. Look at that shit. He fucked it right up. But yeah, Rip the Jacker. Pretty dope. Up there from one of my favorite Cannabis albums. Mind Control, Cannabis. There's some dope tracks on here. 33 Thirds is pretty cool. But again, you know, it's just Cannabis was always kind of lacking in production his entire career for the most part. Hip Hop for Sale, which is kind of a shame, man, because the dude definitely had bars. He wasn't really the greatest at structuring songs most of the time. Just kind of rip bars, but I guess it is what it is. It does get old after a while when you start listening to like 9-minute tracks, like 9-minute like Poet Lariat tracks, but yeah, it's okay. There's a couple good tracks on here. Now, this is a project I thought was really cool, man. The Defcon 0 album with Phoenix Orion. it was just different. It was really, really different. Phoenix Orion was pretty cool at the time, and came out with some pretty interesting sounds on this. Got some K solo, Cool G rap on here. Some good stuff. There's actually some pretty good tracks on this. I recommend that. Now this I don't even remember. I honestly don't remember. My Club Master Volume 1. It's like a mixtape. I probably listened to this like once and fucking shelved it. I honestly don't remember. Overall, like the quality of this at all. Then we got Cannabis, For Whom the Beat Tolls. Man, this case is all fucked up. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, look at that. Poet Laureate Infinity, 11 minutes. And then there's one, the Infinity 04, 11:33. Those are some long-ass motherfucking songs, man. It's crazy. The Fusion Center with Vinny Paz is on here. You got some Case solo. This actually wasn't bad, though. There's actually some pretty good tracks on here. I didn't mind it. Same with this one. This was okay, too. Melatonin Magic. Some decent stuff on here. Got DZK on here on 2 tracks. That's crazy, man. Whatever happened to that guy, DZK? Kind of crazy, man. Bronze Nazareth. Get to that in a minute. Got some Black Poet on here. He did some songs with some pretty cool cats over the years, though, man. I gotta say. Got some D12 on there, which, you know, obviously there's no Eminem on that. That would have been weird. Sea of Tranquility, Cannabis. I remember digging this one too, actually. This wasn't so bad. But again, you know, it's good for the time, and then it's like, okay, I'll put it on the shelf. But yeah, it's okay. And then we got Fit Accompli. Yeah, probably butchering the shit out of that. This is one I didn't spend a lot of time with, man. Actually, I listened to it a few times, and that was it. I honestly can't really remember too much about it. But Cannabis definitely has a lot of releases, man. I dug this, though, man. I really dug this Cannabis and Bronze Nazareth record. Time Flies, Life Dies, Phoenix Rise. Pretty cool, man, that he did a record with Bronze Nazareth, man. It seems like it's out of left field, but they had worked together in the past a bunch of times. Some pretty cool features and stuff on here. I got actually a song in here by Domingo, which is actually a really dope song, Formula One. So I think it's actually one of the better songs on the record, which is really funny. I got some Pete Rock on here. The King Sent For Me, which is pretty cool, with Raekwon. Corrupt Craig G and Bronze. So got some good stuff. Got some Killer Priest. But yeah, pretty dope record. Then we got the Full Spectrum Dominance. I believe that there was like 3 of these like kind of EP things, and only like one of them got a physical release. Maybe the other 2 did. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody let me know down below if you actually can remember that, if you give a shit. They're okay. It's just Cannabis ripping bars over beats, man. It is what it is. It's like most of his records. Fuck, I got a lot of Cannabis albums. Holy shit. Capital D and the Mole Men, Writer's Block. I fucking love this album, man. The movie. I love this shit, man. Yeah, so Capital D is what? The president, like he worked on Wall Street and then, or something like that, and then he's like the president of basketball team now, NBA or something like that. Shit, my mind's, it's really late at night. I can't remember, but it's something like that. Somebody let me know down below. But yeah, he like got all white collar and shit. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is dope, man. I love the Mole Men as producers. Really good stuff. Insomnia, pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure Capital D's completely retired because he's got like a job, like a good job. This was pretty cool. I dug this. Insomnia was pretty cool. This one I wasn't overly the hugest fan of. Return of the Renegade. I picked this one up because I like the other ones, and then this one was, it was okay. Got some One Below on there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, cool artwork, but not his greatest album. But then we got the dope Capital Tax albums, the Swole package. Dope shit from 93. Totally got that 93 sounds. It's awesome. Yeah. Good shit, man. Anybody remember Capital Tax out there? Awesome album. Now, this one I picked up, I found at a pawn shop for like $1. So I was like, fuck, I've never heard a Capone solo record, so I picked it up, Pain, Time, and Glory. This is atrocious, man. Like, really fucking bad. Man, the beats on here are so bad. It's crazy, too. There's some decent features on here. You got, like, Devin on here, Scarface, C Murder, Bun B, you know, and, like, man, some of the beats on here are just so bad. Just horrible. I don't know whatever happened to Capone, man. His voice changed after he went to jail. And that's actually, like, true. It really did. Capone and Noriega, The War Report. you know, a lot of people consider this album to be classic. I really like this album. I don't think it's like a perfect album or nothing, but it's really good though, man. It definitely is really good. It's got some really dope tracks on it. So then we got the Reunion, which came out years later. Invincible is really dope, produced by Primo. Good stuff. Overall, not the strongest album. In fact, Capone and Noriega never really put out anything perfect, but they put out some dope records. Channel 10, I like some tracks off here too. It's pretty cool. Look at that song, My Hood, with the Clips, Dog Pound. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it was okay. It's okay. I actually really dug this album. I know a lot of people didn't really care for it, but the War Report 2, I thought this was actually pretty good. It shocked me, man. Got Raekwon, the Locks on here. Got some Nas. Yeah, pretty cool. I dug it. And this one I actually really dug too, to be honest, was Lessons. Now this one kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people. I showed this one time and someone was like, shit, dude, I didn't even know this album ever came out. 2015. And it's got some pretty crazy production. Got like Alatola on here. Static Selector, Large Professor produced a track. Scram Jones was on here. It's pretty crazy, man. Got some Royal Flush. That's awesome. Tragedy on a bunch of tracks, which kind of makes sense. It's nothing new. But yeah, crazy stuff with the production and shit. Like out of left field. All right, so we got Capadonna, The Pillage. Fucking love this album, man. I was actually listening to this earlier today. Well, songs off it. I love this album, man. Capadonna kills this record. Like, I've only heard a few Capadonna records. I know some of his later stuff is very hit and miss, I've heard from people, but Capadonna, man, it's like the king of slang, but apparently he learned all that shit from his brother. I read that shit in the You God book. I thought that was kind of interesting, but yeah, dope record, man. Love the beats on here. He kills it. He's the crafty cab driver, man. Capadonna, the yin and the yang. Definitely like super crazy steps down on this record, man. I haven't listened to this one in a while, but I just remember being crazy disappointed by this album. And like, I've never went back to it too much. Like, look at this, man. We got like Jermaine Dupri and DeBrad on it. It's kind of crazy, actually. Got some fucking Adolf. That's nuts. But yeah, the yin and the yang. I have to listen to that one again. Now, I grabbed this one because I actually had no idea what this was. And it's by Cassius. And the only reason why I grabbed it because I saw it was on Shady Records. And you obviously know who Shady Records is, but Shady Records, like, Eminem doesn't really sign a lot of guys to the label. So I was like, the fuck is this? This is crazy, man. It was okay. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay for what it is. Kind of like an EP thing, but yeah, nothing crazy, but it was okay. Love this record. Cash Money and Marvelous. Where's the Party At from 1988. It really is, man. It's like a dope party album that's not even a party album. It's crazy. It's like hard to explain. But top to bottom, this is a fun ass record, man. Love it. Good shit from 1988. Probably see that one again soon in a video. Why is this sitting right there? I have no idea, but that doesn't go there. Casual, Fear Itself. One of my all-time favorite albums. I'm a huge Hyro record. I absolutely fucking love this album. I love Casual as a producer too. He's a dope MC. Still does shit today. But this record right here just has that vintage Hyro sound. It's like amazing, man. That's how it is, man. The sample on that, oh come on, it's ridiculous. I don't know if these are in order or not, but he raw, Casual. Man, the beats were so different. He changed so much. Like, kind of went to like more of like a kind of like a West Coast Oakland sound at times. But all his albums always got different. It was very strange. But yeah, there's that one. And then we got Truck Driver. Look at that. Truck Driver. I love the fucking hat. It's amazing, the foam mesh. It's been a minute since I listened to some, but I actually remember really digging this, man. It got like a Taj. You got Volume 10 on a track. Dell, Fill the Agony. Fucking dope, man. Planet Asia. Got some good shit, man. Yeah, I remember that actually being pretty decent. Smash Rockwell. I think this is the one that's got crazy beats on it, like Oaktown with Emac Too Short and stuff. Like it just sounds so different. You got some E40 on here. Got Opio and Tajay from Souls of Mischief. Got some Young Z on there. Bay vs. Bricks. Fucking love me some Young Z from the Outlaws. Awesome shit, man. Yeah. The beats are fucked on that record, kind of. It's kind of crazy. Then we got the Hyro Plant. Casual. I think this might have been like an exclusive to a website or something like that. I think that's what it was, actually. I can't remember where I got this. I think it was, though. I had to order it like straight through him or something like that back in the day. But I think back in, like, at the time, I think the shipping wasn't too bad. This isn't too bad, though. It isn't too bad. This was like a digital-only release. I just made my own copy of You Think He Rap God. That's where Eminem got it from. Joking. But, yes, Casual, He Still Think He Raw. We've got the usual suspects on here. Got Mr. Fab on a record, man. It's crazy. Got some Grouch. Dope stuff. I love this album cover. Good stuff. I really love this record, man. This is awesome. Respect Game or Expect Flames. Yeah, it's awesome, man. This is a really good record. Produced by J-Rawls. Yeah, this is like one of, like, this was such a unexpectedly good, man. It's crazy. When I saw he was doing a whole record with J-Rawls, I was like, fuck, man, that is crazy. Super dope. Awesome producer. We got some CB, Counting Endless Bank. I guess it wasn't for long, was it, man? Steady B and Cool C, we all know the story. They're both in jail for life. Got some rough house shit here. I actually really like this album, man. They got hardcore on this, man. Because, like, you listen to Steady B shit, it was starting to get a little bit more hard, and Cool C stuff a little bit. And CB dropped, and it was like, bro, these guys are like fucking robbing banks and shit. Literally. 1993. I like that record, though. It's dope. Then we got the classic Realms and Reality from Cellar Dwellers. Yes, Phantasm and the UG. Every song. I can listen to this album all the fucking time. Actually, I was listening to vinyl just a couple days ago. Yeah, it's just, it starts out with such a cool song, Advanced to Boardwalk, and ends in Land of Lost. It's just such an amazing record. Every song is awesome. I love Mystic Freestyle, man. Love that track so much, man. So dope. Amazing record. And the sound changed completely. I know a lot of that was produced by Nick Wiz. I know Nick Wiz did produce on this record too a little bit. The Last Shall Be First. They were going by the Dwellers at this time. Still a lot of really good tracks on here. Definitely a totally different sound than their first album. But I really love this album, man. I mean, Verbal Slaughter is incredible with Inspected Deck. Got some Large Pro on here, man. We got DV Alias Christ. He's like one of my favorites. I love that guy's voice. It's fucking amazing. Such a dope singer. Il Collabo with Pharoah Monch and Prince Poe. Yeah, okay. Organized Confusion. It's got some really dope, memorable songs. Just a totally different sound. Different era. And then we got some Selly Cell, Heat for Your Ass. I love this album cover, man. The color scheme's amazing. It's good shit. Yeah, dude. Selly Cell. Got some Be Legit on there. I fucking love Be Legit. And actually, Levelty's on there too, which I love. That's where we're going to stop there. But Selly Cell, Killa Cali. Fucking dope, man. For the Skrilla. Red Roma Spice one. I love that track too. Funk Season. Pretty cool. Some good shit on here. And last up for this shelf, which I'm going to keep it shorter. Try to keep these videos a little bit shorter. Selly Cell, the G-Files, which has... It's going down, right? And Fuck the World. Oh yeah, Fuck the World with Silk the Shocker. It's hilarious. You can tell he was popular at the time. But yeah, it's going down. Remix on here. Is the original not on here, or is it on the? Was it on the last record? I can't even remember. Shit. Yeah, it is. That's right. It's going down. They got the remix on this one. That's right. It's been a minute. So yeah, I like the. I've never heard actually anything after I listened to the first 3 Selly Cell records, and that was it. That's it. Let me know if the other ones are worth tracking down. But cool features on here. Got some San Quinn, Messy Marv. Fucking dope. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Mac 10. All right, so that's where I'm going to stop. We're going to start out with some fucking self-titled next time. We'll go into that shit. So yeah, that's a reasonable length. 24 minutes. That's kind of what I want to do. I'll break this up into 4 parts. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, be about 4 parts, and then we'll just continue along. So it's going to be the never-ending shelf by shelf video and stuff. So I was very happy to add this to the collection. It was like an album I was missing. I had to pay for it, but I'm so fucking happy to finally have Mike in the collection. Ridiculous how long it took me to get that. But anyways, I digress. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on the albums. Let's talk some hip hop, and I will talk to you guys later in the next part. And as usual, deuces.